Welcome back to the Garden Witch's Magic Shop. I, of course, am your Garden Witch, and this is March's edition of Tea Time in the Greenhouse. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. You know, this particular topic for this month, it actually is a gut punch topic for me. It's something that I'm actually kind of ashamed of, and that I am still learning to cope with over time. When I was growing up, I absolutely was not a leader. And a lot of my family members will say different, but they haven't the slightest. I was not a leader by any means necessary. I had some followers, but I was ultimately following myself. I had zero confidence in myself. I had even less self-esteem, even less self-worth. Regardless of how hard, and I feel so sorry for her because she feels like she didn't do a good job, but it is that couldn't be further from the truth. But my mom tried her hardest to instill in me all of those values, and I just didn't see it because I didn't have the Jordans, I didn't have the Nikes, I didn't have the Eddie Bauer bag, I didn't have the this, the that, and the third. I wasn't getting my hair done every 2 weeks. Like, I absolutely measured my worth off of what was around me and what I saw. What's even worse about this is that it extended throughout my childhood, into my teenage years, into my 20s, and unfortunately into my 30s. Lord have mercy. That deserved a sip. And it caused a lot of drama and trauma in my life. It was absolutely one of the number one reasons why I tried to drink myself to death. And it was most certainly the cause of the amount of fake friends that I kept around me, because I wanted that acceptance and I wanted that attention. It was a miserable, miserable existence that I am beyond grateful I have grown out of. So I said all that to say this. Oh, speaking of that particular statement, shout out to my father, who dropped off for me my 3-year sobriety coin about an hour or so ago. Shout out to my father. He always says that. I said all that to say this. But no, seriously, I said all that to say this. Image is just that. And reality is just that. And at the end of the day, fighting to reach someone else's image in order to make it your reality is such a waste of time, and it is a discredit to who you are and all that you can be. And I'm speaking that from the soul, y'all. I'm telling you, I done told some lies. I have pulled some stunts. I have done some things and said some shit and seen some things I wouldn't recommend. All in the name of attention and keeping up that image. And it's so funny because to come out of my alcoholism and be three years sober on this side of it, to be on this side of my self-worth, on this side of my love for myself, to be on this side of knowing that I am that witch. You feel me? Okay. To be on this side of it and to look back on how I felt and how I thought and what I was trying to accomplish is so heartbreaking. It really, really is. And imagery can be so strong, and some people are so impressionable that you tend to lose focus of who you are and what you want, because you're seeing what everybody tells you should be and what you should have. And it's just so crazy. Like, there's people that I looked up to as a child that now that I'm grown and I've like learned the truth behind how they got to the status that I thought I wanted so much, they didn't really have it all together. They still don't have it all together. Like, I've seen some people spend grandiose, humongous amounts of money on things, and come to find out it wasn't even their money. I've literally had somebody tell me that, I wasn't the image that they wanted in their particular space or in their particular place, only to find out that my energy was perfect all along, because it was just that, my energy. How many people have flashy cars? How many BMWs are out here? How many Cadillacs are out here? How many people have all these clothes and money and labels of Christian, about and red souls and the Versace? I know I'm saying it wrong. I know it's Versace. I wanted to say Versace. Shout out to old Kanye. But no, seriously, how many people have all that stuff? Imagery is nothing without the reality. You can have all that stuff and you really don't have shit. They really don't have anything quality. They got all this stuff and don't have no happiness. They got all this stuff and have no joy. They got all this stuff and they have no peace. They got all this stuff and they have no love. They got all this stuff. They have no loyalty. They got all this stuff because the people who are showing them loyalty because they got all the stuff would absolutely disappear if the stuff is gone. So like that image that you may chase, man, focus on yourself, man. Because all these people got all this stuff. But you got you. And that shit is priceless. Because you are the only you out here. And only who you give yourself to can they say they have you. It's exclusive. Like when they make those cars and they're like, there's only 10 of them in production. Like, only 10 people are in your circle. Those are the only 10 people with that car. Make yourself be that kind of commodity. You are priceless. You are an individual. Your image, your reality is enough. You don't have to try to find it and be it somewhere else. Like right now, I'm standing here looking super cute. Y'all don't know that. If I look, y'all back up. I got all kinds of paint on these jogging pants. I got all kinds of paint on these jogging pants. Look. Matter of fact, here, let me put my tea down, right? My greenhouse is so cute, isn't it? Yeah, check me out though, right? One of my windows is being held together with duct tape. Okay, like the image, people. The image. Don't worry about that. Worry about your happiness. Worry about your peace. Worry about what's going to make you feel true to yourself. And don't waste your time worrying about everybody else. Because they ain't got their shit together. Y'all like and subscribe and come on through here next month while I'm continuing to get my shit together.